Hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalsabre here. Welcome to Talking About number 6. This has been going along pretty good. I hope that we can keep on going. Subjects are open. Hey, Jeffrey, glad to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Subjects are open. You don't have to talk about anything I bring up. If you got another thing you'd like to discuss, bring it up. I got a lot of things today that may not even pertain to gaming. Well, most of them probably don't pertain to gaming, but I don't know if you all saw it that last Sunday in the giveaway. Vanessa R won the 900 subscriber free game. She chose Civilization: A New Dawn. I got that in the mail to her. I'm waiting for word that it gets there, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it gets there in one piece. Have not had any of the games that I mailed have any damage to them yet. I shouldn't have said that. Commentator curse. You guys all know about that stuff. Anything else? Anything you guys like to talk about in particular? All right, I'll talk about. Oh, here's Phoenix on board. How are you doing, Phoenix? Let's see what you got to say today. Thank you for joining me. Probably in and out tonight. I'm continuing to record tonight's game in the 1991 payoff pitch playoff replay playoffs. Cool. Yeah, that's a good project. I don't know if you saw my project that. My 87 playoffs kind of turned into an 87 what if World Series is in my games. The Giants and the Tigers both won. So how am I feeling about your Celtics tonight? Well, not overconfident, that's for sure, because Dallas has Doncic. He's like the best scorer in all of the NBA, and Kyrie Irving. And if they if they're both out at the same time, they're really, really tough. Like in their last game against whoever they just eliminated, between the two of them, they scored like 78 points. But I think that even if they do that, the Celtics can overcome that, because they had 6 guys in double figures last game, and it was so good to see Kristaps Porzingis come back and dominate the way he did. That was pretty cool. That was pretty special. I don't know if we'll see that. We won't probably see that again tonight, but that was nice. Speaking of Tigers, they went one and done in my playoffs, losing to the Royals 5-4 in the AL wildcard game. Oh, that's too bad. Well, I got the Tigers still going. Hey, Bruce, are you a Celtics fan? I was going to talk about the Celtics a little earlier or later, but that's cool that you brought it up. Like I said, Porzingis' demonstration was just unbelievable the other night, and I think that they'll probably. The problem that they have if they try to double team them is that the Celtics got they got Jaylen Brown, and they got Jason Tatum, and they got Drew Holiday, and they got Derek White. All those guys can hit threes, okay, and they all are very good defensive guys. The guards, White and Holiday, were second team all NBA defense this year. So, that should hold down the Doncic and Kyrie scoring a little bit. But, the Celtics do a lot of switching off and on in that. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm glad to see that you're a Celtic fan, Bruce. Join the club. Anyway, yeah, I have the Celtics going in a couple of my basketball game projects that I have going. Up here, oh man, I bet you that Boston's a place I've always had on my, bucket list to go visit. I've had a couple of friends that have gone there. They love the city. They said it was great for tourists because it was like a walking city. You could walk around and see things. And maybe in my as I'm getting old, I might make it one of these days. You never know where I'm going to end up. See, the NBA probably one of the things to go at least 6. As a Celtics fan, the Achilles heel seems to be when they don't make the threes. Well, that's Jeffrey. You're right about that, because they take more threes than anybody in basketball. Okay, so even their coaches said at the beginning of the season, beside defense, he likes to live and die by the threes. But 64 wins this year, and they scored so many points against so many teams. They are, tough to beat. Plus their defense, and he wants the defense. And I was reading an article today that I really didn't think about, but everybody was going, "Oh, Tatum didn't have a big game." Tatum had a really good game. He had like 16 points and he had over 10 rebounds. He's shown his maturity now that he does not have to be the number one man. He wants this titles really, really bad. So I give him credit for that. But I don't care what the NBA wants. They want that for money wise. I would like to see it go forward, but we know that's not going to happen. Dallas is just too good. It was too good. All right, I watched something cool on TV this morning when I got home. I don't know if any of you guys console players like PlayStations or Xboxes or anything like that. I watched this morning was it used to be the E3 big gaming shows and everything every year, and it kind of went away. But this morning they had the Xbox's 2024 showcase on there. I haven't watched one of the showcases in a couple of years, and I'm telling you, there's a couple of games on there that I'm really excited about. And the graphics nowadays are just fabulous on these consoles and that. My family goes back a long way. We all in the early 80s, or whenever it was, sometime, let me think if it was the 80s. Yeah, probably the early 80s. Our first computer was a Commodore 64, and then that's when the Atari was out and the different consoles were coming out, and we went and got the Intellivision, and we loved it, and we hooked it up, and we played all those games and everything. And ever since that point, my family, even when they leave me, and then when the other consoles started coming out, I made the decision to go with Xbox, and I've had every iteration of the Xbox still till this day. And my daughter's left, she's got all of them. My son's left, he's got all of them. The whole family has gone that way. We have a couple PlayStation traders in our family, but we don't disown them because of it. But anyway, the games coming up are really, really cool, really good. Anybody play consoles out there? Well, I've been playing for a long time. The ones I have a hard time with is like the basketball ones. It's too many buttons. I've never been good at pushing all the different buttons. All right. Guess nobody's a console players. Nobody's playing consoles. How about, I was going to bring this up just in case you haven't seen them. How about movies? Most people know that I'm a sci-fi and a horror fan when it comes to movies. Well, yesterday I watched two sci-fi movies. One was a little bit older. It was called Rebel Moon Part 1. Pretty good. And then I watched a second one yesterday, and it was a sci-fi movie, and it was Atlas, starring Jennifer Lopez on Netflix. It was their most recent movie, and it was pretty cool. That was interesting. It had some neat stuff in it. So if you're a sci-fi guy, you might want to check them out. When it got beyond the button and the joystick, I gave up. Okay. Yeah, I didn't give up on the buttons. I can't do that one that well. My kids and everybody beats me to death on any games like Madden, but I still play NHL every year. I buy it, I play it solo. I just like it. I'm a big hockey fan. And I like games like Destiny and Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops, and Gears of War, things like that. A lot of shoot 'em games. Got a little story that, as long as they got some sort of a storyline behind them, I'm okay with them. The storyline thing also goes along with my board games when I'm playing, campaign games. As long as they got a halfway decent story with them, I'm okay, even if they take a long time. So somebody asked me the other day again, and because I said I was going to do this, somebody asked me to do a videos of my different areas in the house that I have collections in, like this one. This is where my channel started right here, but it's still some things ago. But I finally figured out how to get my phone as a camera in here. But when I set it up in here, when I got it on OBS and I go out there, it didn't work the other day. So I'm still having a little bit of a problem working with the different areas. But I'll get there. Oh yeah, that's I saw Jeffrey. I saw a trailer on that Billy the Kid versus Dracula the other day, but I didn't watch it. And Kiss of the Vampire. crazy 50s and 60s horror. Oh, yeah, I'm going to write that down because with my memory, we talk about something, I'll forget it in 5 minutes. What service did you watch them on? Another one that was interesting, okay, cool. Another one that I just finished season 2. I just picked up on it this year. I watched both seasons this year. It's called Outer Range with Josh Brolin. It's on Amazon Prime. And I wasn't really sure when it started off what was going on. But now after 2 seasons, I kind of semi know what's going on. But believe me, it's like it's just a sci-fi Yellowstone, type of a show. But it's pretty cool. I just finished watching it the other day. Every day I have my lunch, I check out at least one of the series that I'm following. So that one's done for now till season 3. All right, what else we got here? The collection videos. My all-time favorite is Salem's Lot. I honestly, I saw Salem's Lot, but I think it was so long ago. I don't remember the whole story. I still think it has something to do with the witches, that the people that were supposedly witches, they got burned at the stake or something. Anybody else got any good movies they watched lately, horror or sci-fi, or just really anything that you thought was good? So beside the phone getting on this electronic charge, I'm trying to figure out, when I'm in the other room, I'm using a laptop. It's only got one HDMI output. And I'm trying to figure something out so I can hook up 2 monitors to it. But most of them that I'm reading about or checking on will only display the same thing on both monitors. They won't let Windows take over the control and so forth. So I'm working on that. I just ordered something that might work, but it's a USB-C coming out of the computer. Yeah, speaking of that, this was really strange. The other day, I don't know if anybody watched the video I was doing. I think it was Inside the Crease. And I had a power failure that shut down the OBS and did things, but it also shut down one of the monitors, or the monitor at the time. I only had one hooked up. And so trying to fix it, I did everything I know how to do. I unplugged them all. I tried new cables, thinking maybe it was the cable that was blown. Maybe it was this was blown. I just could not get that monitor to come back up again. And so I let it go. And I took it out and I put another one in there. And then the other day I says, well, I'm going to take this down to the electronic recycling on Monday. And I plugged it back in again and it worked. I went, that's the FM factor, as we used to call it in the military. But I won't say what those initials stand for. You guys could figure that out. That would be every time we were controlling an aircraft and one of our radios went out. We call radio maintenance and they come up and they couldn't find anything wrong. Hi, Bruce. Sorry for coming in late. To the movie topics anytime. My son has a Tom Cook Grizzly, so we just saw Jerry Maguire. Forgot how good that was. Yeah, that was really cool in a couple Mission Impossibles. It's not just a total movie project. We've talked about several different things. It's just it's open projects. It can be gaming. It can be movies. We've talked about movies. We've talked about console gaming, the Xboxes. We've talked about a couple different things. So if there's anything else you want to bring up, you just throw it up there. Guys are interacting. Fine. Still got 5 people out there watching. I was just going down to see if I could see if there's anything else. My gaming, I'm still working on quick decks, 49 quick decks hockey. I'm in about the last game I want to play for now. I've been playing it on a side table so that I can get the feel of it. There's a lot of moving pieces. And I wanted to get the feel of it before I move it off and move something else for a while. I have the Inside the Crease going, the 2006-07 playoffs. I have the 1987 baseball playoffs going on payoff pitch. And as I talked about earlier, that turned in the 87 playoffs turned into now what's going to be the 1987 What If World Series. Because in the playoffs that I did, both the Giants and the Detroit Tigers both won to advance, and neither one of them did in the real life. But that's gaming. I don't get mad about those things not being realistic like that. I have fun with them. And what else did I have? I got some basketball waiting to come back up. Basketball season is not too much longer. Anybody watching the NHL playoffs? Go Florida. Yeah, it's me. The one guy down in Florida that I really like, I loved him when he was a Buffalo Sabre, was Sam Reinhart. I really like that guy. He was drafted by Buffalo. There was their number one pick the year before Jack Eichel was picked. And even when Jack was on the team, I always rooted for Sam Reinhart. Now, like this year, he had 57 goals. It's crazy. I'm a happy APA hockey guy. I do play APA hockey. I just have not had it on my table in a while. Maybe I will make a note of that and try to get one up before the season ends. Because once the real season ends, then my slowdown, my sport of that slows down. Except can't slow down too much when hockey's over, basketball's over, because all we got is football. But then baseball, then football will be coming in. I really enjoyed the playoffs with the Bruins knocked out. Now I'm pulling for Florida. Yeah, I'm pulling for Florida too. Florida right now has that I can know. They have 4 ex-Buffalo Sabres on it. Of course, Sam Reinhart, which I just talked about. Then they have this year's captain, Kyle Okposo. He was traded at the deadline, and he plays the fourth line. He doesn't play every game, but he's a fourth line player. Even when he was with Buffalo, he was a fourth line most of the time with Florida. And I'm happy for that. Kyle's been in the league for a long, long time, and he suffered through many, many losing years with Buffalo. And he did a great job for the team and the community as the captain. So I was real happy that he got to go down to Florida and he's playing. Another young man that's with them is Evan Rodriguez. He played with us a couple of years. Then they had a little bit of a spat between what they would pay him or not, and he left. And the other one is a defenseman. They're one of their good defensemen that played with us years ago, and his name is Brandon Montour. And they all play for Buffalo. So, but I really want Sam Reinhart to win it. His fellow teammate with Buffalo, Eichel, got one last year with Vegas. And I think Sam Reinhart's one. But then again, if you want somebody that deserves to win an MVP, not an MVP, a Stanley Cup. That's Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. Those two guys are like the top 3 scorers in the whole league every year. And this is the first time either one of them's been to the finals. So, if it was based just on deserving it, they would be the ones that really deserved it. But I'm not a fan of theirs like I am a Reinhart, so I'll pull for Florida. Okay. Are any of you guys out there U.S. Civil War buffs? Is the 49 more complicated than Napa? Jeffrey, no, I wouldn't say it's more complicated than Napa. We're talking about hockey. Napa has a lot going on for it too, with all of the different charts and everything. I just think that there's more moving pieces. Like with Napa, you got the dice and you got the charts, and then you move the thing around on the cards. But then you have like 2 or 3 different types of cards, and you got these little pieces. It makes the changing of the lines very easy because you got the things, you can move them down in there. But there's all these, then the strategies are up there, and they're changing every segment of the 3 segments of the period, and they're changing there. So, yeah, when I was first playing it, I was rolling the dice on the board. I had to stop because the dice would roll and knock all those little pegs off. I don't know if you watched any of the 49 quick decks hockey, but it's an interesting concept. I think Grant Fines has done a good job with it. I do have a few house rules that I implement, and in my next video that I do on it, I'm going to show you some of the house rules. That'll probably be coming out in the next couple of days. All right. Have you played Baseball Classics, Alexis? No, I have not played Baseball Classics. I've looked at it several times over the years, and the only thing that, if I remember correctly now, that's chased me away from that. The cards look very, very nice, but I would like the ones with the splits on them, and they were a little cost prohibitive for me. That's like I'd like to get new Dynasty Pursue the Pennant cards too, but they're too costly also. A bit of a history war buff. Never visited on one of the battlefields, but some friends I recently went to Gettysburg and said it was great. May try to visit this fall. Yeah, I went to Gettysburg as a very, very young person. My aunt took me there on our trip down the east coast of Florida, but I was real young. I don't know, 10, 11, 12. I don't remember everything that was going on. I didn't understand everything that was going on back then in those times, but yeah, Ray, I know you are. That's cool that you are. You keep following them. Have you played any quick play sports games? Quick play, yeah. Well, I don't know what you consider as quick play, but I have played shootout hockey. I consider that pretty quick as a quick play game. And as far as the other ones, like momentum football and all of those ones like that. Oh, and I did play fast drive football that came out of the year before last by L. I forget what his last name is. But the other ones, no, I haven't. I really haven't got into a lot of the quick play ones. Yeah, the reason I asked is I was thinking next year. I'm thinking of a trip, and I haven't got it all. I haven't got it all. I'm just thinking now. I haven't even started looking at the layout and everything, but it would be basically being where I'd fly out of California here into Memphis, and then I'd rent a car and spend one night in Memphis, and then I would start a car trip over. I don't know how far I'd get east, going to different battlefields. You could circle back around again and get back down into Memphis to fly out like in about a week or so. But I'm still looking at it. But I don't know if I can get all the way to the Shenandoah Valley from there. Yeah, L. Wilson, that's it, Bruce. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't know how far I will be able to get, but when I start to plan in the mileage and how long I'm going to spend in places and everything, I know Corinth is pretty close to Memphis and so forth. That's in northern Mississippi, and then I think Shiloh's up in that area, and so there's a lot of battlefields along the way, but I'd have to map them all out. Speaking of new games, I haven't looked up at the site yet. Supposedly, there's on beta. I don't know if any of you guys play season ticket baseball. Well, I was watching Dave Gardner the other night, and he's playing a beta with his friend Ron, and they were playing season ticket football. So I guess Clay's got a beta version up on his site, and maybe for free. One might want to go check that out for season ticket football. Then they said they've been playing it and giving him feedback. It's in a beta state, and they said they think when it's all done, it should be an interesting game to play. I forgot it till just now. I got another note going here because I want to check it out. I was with season ticket baseball when it was in beta also, and I like that game. What are some of the other quick play sports games that you like, Ray? Jeffries, you say the Civil War does interest you. Do you have any Civil War board games? Yeah, I can tilt it down for you there, Jeffrey. I figured this was appropriate wearing this tonight. If they lose tonight, I won't wear them. I won't wear them again during another game. I get regular season base or basketball. Boy, I don't know if I've heard of that one either. Guys, give me a lot of stuff to look up. Yeah, I have 4 or 5 basketball games that I own. I have projects lined up on each one of them. Too many games, too many projects to be able to finish one. So I'm bound and determined to finish that 87 one on payoff pitch this year. That shouldn't be too bad, especially if we get another sweep. Anybody see my last Fall Classic Baseball one that I'm doing the 1956 Yankees? That's pretty cool. Fall Classic Baseball is a pretty cool game. I get a little frustrated sometimes with one of the charts, but basically it's pretty cool. And I picked the 56 as I'm trying to see how Mantle will do. That's the year in real life that he won the Triple Crown. In Magnificent Style is awesome. Yeah, I know. That is a really cool game. And a handful of Worthington games. Yes, I got those. I have In Magnificent Style. It's really a good game. Game-winning drive football. Yeah, my football projects that you'll probably see when football season starts back out again will be APA, continuation of the 1964 Buffalo Bills replay that I started last year. I think I got 6 or 7 games into the season. All right, Bruce, thanks for stopping by. Have a nice week, and come on and see us on the 30th of the month when we do the question and answer period and the report. Oh, we got a lot of Celtics going on out there. I do have replay basketball. I'm trying to remember what my project is. That's not a Celtics project. I don't think I have going in that one. I have 85, 86 going. I don't remember which one it's in now. To tell you, it might be inside the not the crease. The basketball one by Inside Sports. But I also have the Celtics 2022 going in bank shot basketball. I don't know if I can get one of my listings up here that tells me what I got going or not. All right, let's see what I got going here with basketball. Status Pro basketball, the Phil Graham version. I still got an old project of mine going on that one. Oh, Inside the Paint. Thanks, Ray. So what is my favorite basketball board game? Well, if I had to, and I was forced to say, I'm looking at basketball here. And if I was forced to have really pick one at this point in time, I would probably say replay basketball because I've been playing, and mostly probably because I've been playing it longer, except for that Status Pro by Phil Graham. It's not against any of the others. Inside the Paint plays smoothly. But that's when I have Boston going in that one too, and I have 4th Street basketball, the 2018 Boston playoffs. And I haven't played 4th Street in a while. I probably should bring that up again. Inside the Paint basketball. Yeah, that was answering my question. Thanks, Ray. You know how this old mind gets going. I get going. I can't remember things from one minute to the next sometimes. Yeah, it seems like I'm one of my basketball games missing on there. Bank shots on there. I have Stratomatic, but I don't play that very often. I haven't I got the 2009 Boston replay on that one, but I haven't played that in a long time. I think that gets the least table time out of mine. Status Pro basketball. I only got a few more games left in that project. I should probably get it out and whip them out and get that project completed. All right, anybody basketball board game fans? I have two. I have Legends of Boxing and Talkin About 2. Talkin About 2 is about ready to make a re-entrance onto the No, I have not played hoops. I've looked at hoops several times also, and I don't know why I haven't pulled the plug on that one yet. I was watching a video on hoops basketball the other night. I forget who was doing it. And I just don't know why. It's probably on my, I have this dream list or want list that I have for. It's got sports in one category and war games in one category and multiplayer games on another category. It might be in there. So Talkin About 2 is about ready to come back out. Looks like I've got a 16 boxer tournament going, and round 1 is done where I left off at. History Maker Golf's about due to come back out again too. Just I've had a little bit of a loss of one of my tables because of Superstar Baseball this year. Yeah, I'll have to take a look. I'll have to take a look at one again, Ray. Like I said, I looked at it several times. Have no idea why I haven't, pulled the trigger on it yet. So what else I got? So I got this list up. I might as well look at it and see. Replay baseball. I haven't played in a while either. I got the all franchise team tournament going in that one. I should get that one out too. I should get a lot of these out, but I just run out of time. Going to be getting ready here. Now it's June. Next month's July. I'll be going up to. Ray, you can ask my question. I'm glad you said this. Is Legends of Boxing? I was looking at this the other night. I got an email on it or something, and I could not determine whether that Legends of Boxing 2 was a PC game or a board game. Can you do that? Hello, Mr. Smith. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. We're talking. This is open subjects. You can bring up any subjects that you like, as long as it's not politics or religion. And we've talked about a lot of things from Xboxes to movies and TV shows. And right now, we've just been on a little running on sports board games. But we're not stuck. You don't have to talk about anything. You can bring up anything you would like to bring up. Okay, both are available. All right, so I'm gonna take a look at that again then to see if the upgrade from going to two from one, and I have one, is worth it or not. I'll have to. Thank you, Ray. I just replay basketball. A long time Apple player. Really like the replay game a little more complicated, but fairly quick to learn. Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated. I think it's just because it's got a lot of stuff going on the cards and everything. But you said it is fairly quick to learn, and it's a good one. Gives you a lot of good. If you like statistics, that's a good one. I like statistics to the point sometimes where I think I keep too many, which makes the game longer, which I really never ever use. Sometimes I've been looking at that recently, of cutting down on what statistics I keep. And if you weren't on at the beginning, I did announce that Vanessa R won the free game last Sunday, the 900 subscriber game giveaway, and she picked Civilization: A New Dawn. And I put it out in the mail to her on Thursday, waiting for it to arrive and hopefully safely. All right. Anybody else got any more topics any other topics they want to talk about? I got all kinds of notes here for now. Didn't get no takers on the console games, the Xbox games, or any type. Yeah, so Ray, I think I talked about this before you came on, because I think you're the one that asked. I still am working on that, getting my collection video done and where I record. I finally got to figure it out for this area where get this phone as a camera, because it's this is where it started. But what I'm having a problem with is once I go out into the other areas, it wasn't working properly, and so I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong in order to be able to use it in the other room. It's Wi-Fi, so it's the internet, so it should be there. Sitting on waiting for game 2 of the finals. You got only 22 more minutes, and it'll be the beginning, of course. And then there's always the 10 to 15 minutes of hoopla. Hoping the Mavs make a series out of it. Well, if you look at my hat, I'm on the opposite side of that statement. And if it's a good series, fine. I just want Boston to win. Yeah, Ray, I'm going to try to get that out this month. This is already June. Because this room here is where my channel started. And there's a few more things in here. And if you remember when my channel started, there used to be bookcases all back and through here full of games in that. They were all multiplayer or family type games, and they all moved into that new room that I established out where I record sometimes at the other end. So I've actually got 3 different areas I do recording in. So hopefully, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just probably dedicate one whole day. I'm going to get up in the morning after I do my morning walk at the mall. I'm going to say, this is it for the day. I'm going to work on this. I'm a Stars fan living in Dallas, so I'm pulling for the Mavs in this one. All right, that's cool. Everybody's got to have their own teams that they want to root for. That's what life's all about. Yeah, tonight's Mr. Smith tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how the Mavs come back. I was reading an article earlier today that said that Doncic is questionable for tonight because of that knee of his. But the article did go on to say he's been questionable 2 other times during the playoffs, but he's played in every game. He's just so good. He's not the best scorer in basketball for no reason. Okay, we got another minute or so. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? We'll talk about and stay on. But I will run my brain out here. We've been on 40 minutes now. A lot of good stuff you guys brought up today about all different subjects. I appreciate that. The latest news is he's playing. Yeah, well, I think that it would have to be drastic for him, super drastic for him not to play. He is the man. And if he starts getting some assists from some help, not assist wise because that's basketball, but some help in the scoring area from Kyrie tonight, they'll be really tough. Because and he can score 30, but he can't build this. He can't with only him scoring 30. You can't beat the Celtics with one guy scoring 30. You're welcome, Ray. Thank you very much for stopping in, and I appreciate your support. I appreciate all of your support. Mr. Smith, have a good night. Enjoy the basketball game. I'm going to get this shut down here. Thank Jeffrey, you too. I'll be as well as I can. You too. I'm going to shut this down and get my stuff ready to watch the basketball game myself. This is SoCalSabre saying thank you very much out there, folks, for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.